Welcome back to Mik'd Up. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive. I am excited to introduce our next guest, newly acquired middle infielder, shortstop from Baylor, transfer from Baylor, Jack Pineda. Jack, thanks for coming in, dude. I appreciate you taking the time. Are you driving?
Of course, thank
Are
you.
you driving? Are you driving?
No, I'm parked.
All right, okay. We can't be having you get in a wreck before you get over here.
No, we're good.
Um,
But I appreciate you guys having me.
no, of course, man. I appreciate you coming over here, coming to LSU. What's the what went into that decision? Did you has LSU been a place that you've always kind of had your eye on, or did that just kind of come out of nowhere?
No, I think definitely LSU was definitely one of the places that I had my eye on going into this, and even before playing. I think that even watching Alex Bregman, he's from Albuquerque, and growing up and getting to know him, and then watching all the wonderful things that he did and how they just embraced him, it was something that I definitely wanted to be a part of.
I'm like, listen, when I played here, there's no portal, right? There's no like you were there, you probably were going to be at the school unless you went to sit out. How does the transfer portal work? Did you have to put your name in it, or are coaches allowed to talk to you before you actually officially put your name in the portal?
No, so you can't talk to anybody until your name goes in. It's like a 2-day process. You've got to watch a video, and they pretty much just make sure. They're like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Because there's no turning back, and you got to do that. And then it's like a 48-hour process after that for the school to put you in the portal. And then actually, the way I found out I was in the transfer portal was I got a call from Coach Johnson, and I was like, "Well, this is probably means I'm in."
Nice, Jack. Dude, what went into the decision for you to make LSU your next home, and what were the decisions and the deciding factors?
And why'd you put your name in the portal? Why'd you want to go into the portal?
Yeah, so a couple reasons. I think the biggest reason was our coach at Baylor got fired, and so there was just a little bit of unknown around Waco. And when I looked at it, if I was going to go to school for another year, I really wanted to go to a place where we could compete for a national championship, and that I could be on a team that goes to Omaha. And the thing that stood out to me at LSU is that that's kind of the expectation and the standard. And it was something that I have high expectations for myself, and I wanted to go to a place where the expectations were just as high.
Um, I was looking at some of your highlights. You seem like you're a pretty athlete. Hey, the play up the middle, across the body to the throw home was.
He knows which one.
He knows exactly which one I'm talking about. Do you take pride in your defense? Obviously, that's going to be a big question coming in because LSU's defense wasn't up to the standard that LSU is used to having, and I think a lot of the guys on the team would probably admit to that. They had a down year defensively, and I know that they're capable of actually playing at a higher level. How much pride do you take defensively? Because obviously you're athletic and you can see it on the field, and you make some pretty outrageous plays.
Yeah, a ton. I mean, it's the first thing I do when I get to the field, and everyone kind of wants to hit, but I got to make sure that I get my ground balls in first. And it's something that I think early in college it put me in the lineup and allowed my bat to kind of develop, and it's something that I take huge pride in. And one of the things that I'm probably most proud of is at Baylor, we actually led the country in double plays turned this year, and it just kind of shows you that the work kind of paid off, but take a lot of pride in it for sure.
Draft is July 15th, right? I think it's July 15th. What does the draft look like for you, and what are your expectations? Like, obviously, anything can happen. Do you have an amount of money I'm not asking your number or anything like that, but is there an amount of money or a round that is, if I get drafted after this round, like no go, I'm going back to school, or is it just kind of an open mind, see what happens?
A little bit of both. I think that there's kind of a round and a number that me and my family have in mind, and LSU, having that in my back pocket, it's really appealing, especially the love that I'm getting from all the Tiger fans right now. And
hey, it's a different world out here,
hearing
man.
Stories.
It's a different world out here.
Oh, I know.
It is. There's no professional baseball team in Baton Rouge, so LSU kind of takes the de facto professional baseball team, and so it's you get some crazy fans now, good and bad. If you struggle, they're going to let you hear it, but I think you'd rather that than not have a passionate fan base.
Absolutely. I love it. And I love the expectations, and they have high standards, and they shouldn't be compromised.
I love that. Are you playing no summer ball this summer?
No, sir. Just kind of working out and getting in shape.
Have you played with anybody on the team, on the current team now, in summer ball over the years, or are you going to come here kind of blind, not really knowing anybody?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really know anybody. I never played a whole lot of summer ball in college. I
Really?
try to get.
Why not?
Yeah, it was just kind of a thing that I got a lot of at bats during the year, and I think for my game it was more beneficial to try and put some like 10 pounds on in the off season than get 100 more at bats. And
Do you still talk to Bregman at all?
yeah, I
You
talk
do?
to him not often, but every once in a while we get to chat a little bit. And it was cool playing in Houston. When we played LSU, I got to catch up with him a little bit, and we have some good talks, and he's a good resource for me.
Absolutely. I mean, he's an all-star.
I've heard it worse.
He's an all-star in the big leagues. Obviously, there's probably not a ton of guys that come out of Albuquerque, but the guys that do, you kind of stay tight and stay close. Did you kind of consult with him or talk to him about making the decision to come to LSU, or ask him questions about it, or is that kind of you and your family's type of decision?
I didn't really talk to him a whole lot. He's got the season going on,
Yeah.
but to be honest with you, I didn't really need a whole lot of consulting with him. LSU speaks for itself.
Did you visit? Did you come out and visit to Baton
aspect.
Rouge?
I did.
I
I went on a visit.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
I went on a visit last Wednesday. I think I was in Baton Rouge.
Was there like players taking you around, or was it just the coaching staff that does it?
It was just a coaching staff. I met Cade Beloso. He was in the training room, and that was the only guy.
Where'd y'all go? They give you the red carpet. They show you bring you good. Look, food down here is pretty legit. So I don't know if
we also want to know how this process goes too, because it's different for the transfer, or at least we don't know how.
Yeah,
because
look, when I came to my recruiting visit, you probably know because you went when you got recruited to go to Baylor. You come in and you're from high school, and you go in there and you're 18 or about to be 18, and you're with the older guys, and they take you around all the spots, and you're not supposed to go out, but some guys go out, and you have a good time, right? But when you're in the portal, you are really the only one coming in. You don't have that guest host. So how was the experience between going from high school recruit to basically a college recruit?
Yeah, so I actually went through it 3 times because I went to junior college, and so I got it at Baylor in junior college, which was good. It kind of bridged that gap of being a little bit older but not totally older. And I think it made some stuff a little bit more acceptable. But he just kind of took me out, and I flew in the morning, went to lunch, and showed me around, and then I didn't even stay the night. I flew out that night. So it was a really quick trip.
Business trip.
The recruiting process was, it was a business trip, and it was good. It was a long day, but it was a lot of fun.
Were there any other teams that you were interested in, or any other teams that contacted you, or is it just kind of LSU got on from the beginning, and that was you know what, I don't really need to entertain anybody else?
Well, they were a little bit busy playing at the beginning, so there were definitely some other calls and some interest. But at the end of the day, it was always kind of on my mind, and there were other schools that came in and made some good offers and stuff. But LSU is kind of where I had my mind at, and everything fell into place, and it was the place that I wanted to be.
You've played second and short. I'm assuming, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What is your preference?
I'm more comfortable at shortstop just because I've played there more. I think I get a little bit better reads on the hop, but not uncomfortable at second either.
Yeah, obviously we've had our issues a little bit in the infield, but Jordan Thompson's an athletic shortstop as well. He's in middle infield. I'm gonna say middle infield because I'd assume that y'all will probably be both in the middle infield, and I think that would set up a very athletic duo up the middle. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun to watch. It's a much needed thing, and good luck to you in the draft. I know that's coming up in a little
Thank
bit.
you.
So I'm going to be watching. I know you're going to have a lot of LSU fans watching. I'm sure a lot of guys are going to be tweeting at you and trying to convince you to stay, maybe offer you some NIL deals or something during Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not, but it's
Hey,
I don't want to get in trouble before I even get on
Yeah, don't
campus.
do that. Don't do that. But they literally just the Louisiana they just passed a bill where the schools can actually help get NIL deals for the players. So I think that helps a little bit with the legality of certain things, but I don't want you to incriminate yourself. So we'll talk off air or something. You can tell me all that stuff. But dude, I appreciate you coming on. I'm not gonna keep you much longer. I know you pulled over on the side of the road or parked up right now. I don't want you to get hit by a car, get in a wreck.
No, you're good.
That's
I'm in.
Well, I mean, he's pulled up. So I don't want to be stuck on the
I don't
side
want
of
you
the
to
road.
get sideswiped by 18.
Sideswiped? I don't know.
What?
I need the guy to get to LSU. I need him to get here. Dude, enjoy it. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Hopefully, I'll see you on campus. If not, man, I'll follow you in the draft and follow you in pro ball if you end up going that route.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me.
All right.
Thanks
Good
for
luck,
coming on,
brother.
man. Good luck.
Of course. Thank you.